right. Make sure all these cameras are recording.
Is my hair like? What's
Your hair's your hair's your hair.
I know, but is it like sticking out?
I don't think so. I mean,
Whatever.
you've got Targaryen hair.
Whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Good evening.
Sounds good. We're good. All right. We really have no idea what we're doing, but
Fine.
this is going to be fun, I think. I
Yes.
don't know. Is a midlife crisis.
Yes, we're in midlife.
It's
and
the last night of my 40th year on this planet.
Yep.
Turning 41 tomorrow.
Mhm.
And so what did I want to do? Start a podcast.
Yes.
Why do we need another podcast on this planet?
I would say we're probably at least in the millions of podcasts. I think 50 of them make money. The rest are hobbyists and pretenders.
Yeah. Well, I think we're hobbyists or pretenders. Yes. I don't know.
I think we're somewhere in the Venn diagram of all three things. Looking to make money, hobbyists, posers.
I think we're bored.
Also that. And traditional social media is tiresome and exhausting. And I like talking.
This is like a date night.
Mm-hmm.
We have a babysitter.
We have a babysitter. Our children are probably climbing the walls.
Okay. We don't have a title for this podcast yet.
No.
So
this is what the working title is. I didn't consult you at all. It is the authorized, untitled B&H podcast for now.
Okay. We're going to like poll the audience or have people call in as you would in the old school world of radio as we grew up.
Or a telethon, yes. We'll create an email handle.
Okay.
We're reverse engineering the entire process.
Like maybe we should introduce ourselves in case someone other than our like few friends listens to this one day.
Yes.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, sure.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Harry Drennan. I am the third. My dad is from the South. So not a lot of names on my southern side of the family. We reuse and recycle. I am also going to be 41 a little bit later than you. Born and raised in New York City. So also a native New Yorker, though my parents aren't from here. OG transplants. Moved to the Upper West Side in the 1970s. Grew up on 86th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. Went to PS 87 on 78th Street. Went to IS 44 Museum Science School on 77th Street. All this on the west side, of course.
I just asked your name.
Right. And Beacon High School, Building 1 on 61st Street between Amsterdam and West End, right behind Lincoln Center.
I was very verbose answer to the question, what is your name?
I had prepared remarks in my head.
All right. Good job.
Yeah.
What's your marital status?
Married.
Okay.
To you.
Yeah.
8 years.
Oh, I guess we covered that when we said it was date night and our kids have a babysitter.
Yes.
And we're working, I guess.
Yes. We're having fun.
Yeah, both. Okay, so you gave your whole bio. You told us where you're from, where you went to preschool, middle school, elementary school, high school. Where'd you go to college?
Plattsburgh State, which is now rebranded itself as, I believe, University of Plattsburgh or Plattsburgh University, but is part of the SUNY system. Oh. And I would say probably mid-table, to use a soccer reference, of the SUNY schools. Maybe lower mid-table. It is not SUNY Binghamton or SUNY...
Stop talking shit about your college. They're like Plattsburgh. Some of your Plattsburgh friends are presumably going to listen to this. And they all do better. Hopefully other people that maybe went there.
And they're all doing great.
And I still think you should rock Plattsburgh gear.
I know. Especially by
that has to be a topic at some point on this podcast of like the flex of wearing your like Harvard, Yale, Duke, Princeton bullshit,
North
whatever.
Carolina, Stanford.
You know,
I see a lot of it
on the West Side Highway doing your runs. Like we need some Plattsburgh represent.
I have seen a SUNY Albany. I was going to stop this woman in her tracks, but then I might have gotten maced, thrown in the water. So yeah, that's the long and short of it.
Mm-hmm.
Have lived in 6 New York City apartments. Have not traveled much besides with you.
We've been to like 20 countries together.
But very much like a townie in a lot of respects. I feel like I've not seen a lot of the country. Yeah.
We're pretty rooted in New York for sure. Yes. But we've traveled a lot over, the course of our relationship.
We complicated our lives with young children. Yes.
Yeah. That was an interesting decision.
Yes. Yes. So who are you?
What did I? No, I wanted to keep asking you questions.
Okay.
What do you do for a living?
In a previous life, I worked in advertising, specifically on the production end, which is to say I worked with the film crew. It was a laborious, not rocket science, but very time intensive, an intense job. Everyone, the entire culture was very tense and very last minute. Did that for many years. And then once our son turned about 13 months old, I decided to leave the workforce and start raising our children, or raising our son and eventually helping raise our daughter. Not obviously alone here, very present. Yeah, it was the only job I've ever had. And now my job is to raise children.
Nice.
Try to keep them.
Very admirable.
I hope.
Do you think you are the only stay-at-home dad in Tribeca?
There's one other guy I see.
Someone out there prove us wrong.
See a lot.
You see one other guy.
Went to LaGuardia High School. I'm not going to name names.
Nice.
There's another dude I see, looks like a Viking. He's got 2 Viking children. I see him a lot, unless he's working nights. Something tells me he might be stay at home and or not working, not in the workforce right now.
Okay.
Other than that, it is very much nanny central, and to a lesser extent, moms, and then me.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of a peacock.
Are you nervous right now?
Not particularly.
Okay.
No. I've been way more nervous in my life. Yeah. Yes.
Those were layup questions.
Yeah.
I could have thrown some curveballs. I'm going to as this little charade of ours progresses, there's going to be,
yes.
I'm going to try to make you nervous.
This is all formality. Eventually, it's going to be hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads me. What do you think this podcast is about?
So ultimately, the podcast, I think I have thought this for a while, and granted, I am not listening to 16 hours of podcasts a day, though I think I probably would be happy doing so. I think New York is wildly underserved in the podcast game, or it's super niche. Like, it is New York sports, it's New York hip hop, it's New York fashion. I know a little bit about all of that, or we do, and not a lot about any of it. And I also think there is I think there are a lot of influencers, and I'm not trying to shit on people not from here, but I do think, like, if you're just a food influencer and like you're from even outside the tri-state area, like, granted, you love food, great. I'm sure you get free meals, even better. But yeah, I think there is a New York City that is not being properly spoken about and not tapped into. Ideally, we hit that. And if we hit that, we've made that. We've made it.
Because one of our mutual, but first my friend from high school, we were out on Friday night, and he said, you have to have a theme. So I would say New York bullshit is our theme, kind of.
New York bullshit.
We don't have a name yet.
It's fair. We'll obviously take a lot of swipes at local government, or I will. Infrastructure in general. Dumb stuff that is easy to make fun of. We'll make fun of ourselves naturally. It'll be very self-deprecating. And I think there is I think there's a whole market for elder millennials, which we are, / Gen X.
People having a midlife crisis.
People having a midlife crisis with children. And it doesn't need to be TikTokified, that's not a word, and run by 22-year-olds that are just stopping in the middle of the street and stopping traffic and doing a dance.
Okay.
Yes.
Charged.
A little bit, but I'm always a little charged.
Yeah.
This place has made me that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think all of that too. That's what this podcast is going to be. I think it's all going to be, again, not to harp on the midlife thing, but I think it's relevant because we've spent for 40 years in this city, and then 20 years as adults in this city.
Yes. And
some of our, the generation above us that is rooted here is still with us, or we, have grown up with them too. And they were here in New York in the 70s. So I think we have an interesting perspective to share, what it was like to grow up here as children, as young adults, as middle-aged people, and also have the perspective of parents and other people in the generation ahead of us with their New York experiences. I I also dream that this podcast is going to be more than you and I sitting here bantering, because like I don't know how many people want to hear that over and over again.
Yes. And we do have
we have like a really deep crew of friends, having just been here for a long time, in all sorts of
all walks of life.
And all sorts of facets of the city, you know, be it nightlife, entertainment, teachers, cops, firemen, sanitation workers. I'm soliciting all of them. They don't know that there are going to be guests on the show, but they're going to be guests on the show.
Your uncle himself worked in the federal prison that Diddy is sleeping in. So I mean, all walks.
We're going to touch Diddy, but
no, but just saying,
I think that's been covered.
We're also talking
quite
about
a lot.
Corrections officers. Yes, all facets of life. People that have worked for in New York City politics. Do
you want to like ask me anything about myself, or you think you know everything about me at this point?
I think you should introduce yourself. That's more important.
I didn't have prepared remarks like you when I asked you what your name was, and you.
I'm not reading off anything. I've just been thinking about it all day.
You've been rehearsing
in my mind.
Are you looking in the
with
mirror?
Screaming chip?
I was going to say, what minute did you have to rehearse today? Okay, I'm going to try not to rant, but like I always say that in an interview, and then I just go on a rant. My name is Bridget Fertile. I was born on August 5th, 1984 in Brooklyn Hospital in downtown Brooklyn. I grew up in Rockaway Beach, Queens. I went to high school in Manhattan at Stuyvesant High School. I went to middle school in Brooklyn. I went to elementary school in Queens. I fled the country for Montreal for undergrad, which was a ton of fun, with my friends from Stuyvesant, actually, but made a ton of like awesome Canadian friends. Moved back to do my MBA at Binghamton, so back to New York. SUNY Binghamton, SUNYs represent.
Upper tier SUNY, as discussed.
Yeah. Started my career. Harry and I got together when I got back from Binghamton before like either of us really entered the workforce. Got my first job at a hedge fund. I had studied finance and business school, undergrad and grad. And I was placed on a team of people investing in consumer goods. I wound up developing a niche in beverages, and then a niche within that niche after the market crashed in 2008 within global alcoholic beverages.
Yep.
We could probably do 1 million episodes on what like drove me out of the hedge fund world into distilling rum in Williamsburg, but I wound up cultivating a vision and running with my hair on fire out of Wall Street, and I built a rum distillery on the east side of Williamsburg in 2012 and made a rum there called Oni's. It was so much fun. Hustled the shit out of it, basically, with a small, scrappy team. Hopefully some of those people will come on the show. Again, really recruiting from afar at this point. But I sold that business. I sold the rum business in 2017 to Jose Cuervo. I stayed working for Cuervo until 2020. I gave my notice on the first day of lockdown during the pandemic, which was an interesting timing to like come in and reflect.
Yep.
And I was like doing a bunch of other things, consulting, blah, 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 blah. I started this little soda company, this little indie soda company that could, actually it's kind of hot in here, so I'm going to have one of these.
Sounds great.
Rockaway soda.
Amazing. New flavor.
This is our new flavor. It hasn't even been released yet.
No.
Probably by the time this
drops.
And
your birthday.
Thanks.
Yes.
By the time this drops, it'll be in the market. Named after my hometown in Rockaway Beach, Queens.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been hustling soda on the other side of alcohol for almost 5 years now.
Yes.
Also had 2 kids in that period of time.
A lot of change.
My family has been in New York City since the early 1800s. In Brooklyn specifically. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My father, my paternal grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my mother, all of which we can like detail in further episodes, but ranges from bar ownership to toy racks businesses to large consulting agencies for Fortune 500 companies in marketing research, and commercial real estate, and being a professor, and so on and so on and so on. But it's not to anyone's surprise that I've kind of got the entrepreneurial blood in me, and that scrappiness, because my parents especially were Brooklyn street kids that really came from nothing and built a nice life for themselves through their tenacity and hard work.
Yes. And came up in the CUNY system,
Baruch, City College.
And Baruch.
My dad went to Stony Brook undergrad for a few years.
Yes.
Then City College, or my mom was in City College. Then they met at Baruch.
Yep.
Which was free at the time. It's so crazy and that was the 70s.
It was free.
There are so many stories we could talk about, but like my dad lived on Irving Place and have to run from the subway. Your parents were on the Upper West Side in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's a wild concept. And even in the 90s, growing up as teenagers here, it's so gritty. I mean, I don't think we mentioned this yet, but we live around the corner from where I went to high school. The building didn't exist where I went, when I went there. It's like North Battery Park City, Tribeca-ish, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And how much that's changed over the years.
Yes.
I think those stories are really, really interesting to share with people who maybe weren't even alive then.
Yes. Especially as we were seniors in high school in 2001.
Yeah.
More on that.
Yeah, that was
something.
Experience.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, your family goes all the way back. So I would say your New York City report card, or passport, if you will, A+, no question. I am a minus B+. My parents are transplants, but came here in the 70s. What are you doing coming here in the 1970s? Everyone was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all these places we're discussing, Upper West Side, not a nice place. A lot of drugs. This is during like the crack epidemic in New York City, or what was going to become a crack epidemic, all over the country. So Upper West Side, pretty rough. My parents were amongst the families that came there and just kind of set up shop. And eventually it got better and better, but not without its bumps. Yeah. No.
Do you have a favorite thing about New York City?
Do I have a favorite thing about New York City? I can't imagine what the detox would be, or the withdrawal, if you will, if I were to leave here for an extended period of time and go elsewhere and just not having so much at the tip of my fingers. Like, I feel like there'd be a level of PTSD. So I guess what I'm saying in withdrawal. So I guess the energy, even though sometimes it's way too much. I would say it's the energy. And then architecture. There is no city. Chicago is probably a distant second. There is no city that looks like New York City in the world. Mm-hmm. In the world. Oh, and sorry, I have three things. If there was, I think I say this with 110% confidence, if aliens were to come down in a peaceful nature and say, what is the capital of your planet? I think most people would point to New York City as the capital of your planet. Every language that's spoken basically is spoken in New York City. Yeah. Even dialects.
I'm going to try to remind you of that answer, because I feel like you're very curmudgeonly.
But isn't that like a very New York City thing to be?
I don't know. You complain a lot about this city. You like have a real love-hate with it.
Well, we're going to talk about this bit I've got going on right now.
Oh, what is it? You want to save it?
No.
What's your bit?
Well, we'll save it till you answer what your, you can say three things. You can go first. Gold medal, silver medal.
You're flipping it on me now.
No, what your three favorite things are of the city, and then we're going to talk about the bit, which is called Dictator of New York City. Because authoritarianism is on the rise. But we'll get there.
am I going to get canceled?
No,
going to get canceled?
We're going to like hover right along the edge.
Yeah, because like our whole family depends on my brand.
Correct.
Or like at least the Rockaway soda brand. And
but things are swinging the other way from everyone being a total wuss about everything.
You're a kind of savage.
Third rail.
You want to talk about what about BSM Savage?
We've got Wolf here to edit anything out.
What about BSM Savage? What is BSM Savage?
We're not going to talk about AIM.
What is it?
It's a AIM screen name from.
Was it your AIM screen name?
In 1998, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saying AIM,
what is BSM Savage? What does BSM mean?
It's a crew.
Yeah. What does it stand for?
Bad Society Militia.
And your nickname was Savage.
Yes. See, the thing is, yes, say what you want. It is hilarious and very juvenile. However, we totally.
You guys were like, I know all of the guys in BSM. Like
ASAP doesn't exist without people like us. BSM, ASAP, like Rocky and Ferg, don't exist without like a clan tag. If you play any video game now, everyone's got a clan tag, and we incepted the whole thing by coming out with BSM and having a crew.
And what did it do for you?
I mean, AIM was rocking. 97 to 02. I mean, we spoke on AIM. So AIM was like
so crazy.
Again, pre-DM.
How much literally got on?
How many boys
we signed on to AIM together at like some
way easier than having some.
Oh my God!
Dumb
Remember
conversation
signing on after the Sopranos episode?
Yeah, yes, and especially the finale. I regret none of this. I'm married to someone.
You didn't text.
No, this is way pre-smartphone. Not way, but years before the iPhone or BlackBerry.
I had a Razor when we first started.
Yes, and I had some like flip phone from Motorola.
Yeah.
There are people that might listen to this, probably not, that have no idea what we just said, including AIM. But AIM predates all this DMing shit that people do. A lot of people use a lot of people. Excuse me.
What do you think the difference between DMs and AIM is, though? Like
AIM, you have to. So, in terms of style, AIM is much more of a free-flowing conversation because you have to be online, which people weren't. Again, here's another thing we're going to date ourselves on.
But couldn't you?
If you didn't have
just like walk away. Like you could sign on to AIM and like
and
walk
then I think
away from it.
An away message would also pop. Like you would have the little bell that your away message was on. But AIM was
I never put an away message.
No, of course.
But I just walked away.
No, you're away, and then like this person's away from their computer.
Like now on Instagram, it's like says the person's active now or not.
Yes,
right?
you see them pop up. Yes. So AIM was way more fire because you had to friend someone. You couldn't just like DM some random and be a creep.
Yes, you could.
You'd have to know their fucking screen name, and you'd have to get it from someone in high school. So I guess that there's 2 degrees of separation.
No, I talked to creeps on AIM. Like
were you in a chat room?
I don't know how.
And for anyone that's listening, hopefully over 10 people, we're aiming for over 10. AIM was AOL Instant Messenger. So AOL was the
Google it.
Basically the OG internet. For those who don't know,
like dial-up.
They would send you CD-ROMs, another quaint term, and you would download it, and you would have an AOL screen name. And this was chat rooms, terrible dial-up internet, the modem sound.
Yeah.
But most importantly, AIM. AIM.
I still don't really understand. I don't know if I agree with the answer to your what the question I asked was like, what's the difference between DMs and AIM aside from the obvious?
I think it's the main thing, except for I think you must have been talking to someone in the chat room, and now DMs on Instagram, you can just DM anyone. Like people are going to DM like Kendall Jenner because they're thirsty, and I would have to 99 out of 100 times, I would have to ask someone in my high school, yo, what's her Sophia? That's not a person that I had an interaction with, I don't think. And what's her screen name, or vice versa. And then like you're getting an instant message here. So there was a little bit of internal gatekeeping, which is not the case in any of the garbage social media we have now. So bring back AIM.
What I hear, like
that's why I enjoy Reddit so much.
I want to have some of my single friends on this show because I am so intrigued. We're so ancient and we've been together for so long. We never did the dating app.
I've never downloaded a dating app in my life.
Or at least you wouldn't admit it to me right now, right?
Correct. But I'm also telling the truth.
My best friend has described it as a cesspool.
Yes. And she works hard.
She uses them.
And she works hard she works hard to make sure dates happen. Because I understand it's like the first 48 hours, like a kidnapping. You have to meet someone or they curve you, ghost you, what have you. And you got to work.
I feel like AIM was a cesspool.
No.
But it was. But I didn't use it that way. I'm sure
I had 9 windows.
Teenage boys
I had
did weird
9
things on
windows
me.
up at all times. Yeah. No, you wouldn't want to be too crazy on that. I mean, I'm sure people did. What am I saying? Of course. But this is like pre.
Like, what was ASL then?
ASL.
Like, someone
It's
would
like, how do you get
randomly IM you
Yeah.
saying ASL.
I guess there was some like bot-esque. I mean, yeah, there's some creeps that were like
That could
catfishing
like
you.
spam you, kind of, right?
Catfish you, yeah. But the internet was so bad, generally, and webcams were so bad, you weren't just gonna get like hit with a dick pic.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just gonna like fall in your lap.
Yeah.
So obviously, everything's been polluted over the last 25 years, and
How did we get on that topic?
so you would ask me what my favorite part of New York was, and then we just went off.
Oh.
So give me your top 3 favorite parts of New York City. Give me one.
I mean, the energy, like, but I feel like that's just like, that's what I thrive in. I'm like, my nickname is the Cyclone because I like go at this like intense speed. Like, I'm thirsty. Like, I just thrive in it, right? Like, I think that especially to like choose to like stay in Manhattan specifically and try to make it work with kids, like you have to really, and I'm in my own business. Harry's taking a career pause to like raise our children. You know, we could be anywhere, right? Like we're not like here for the commute. We're not here for any of that.
You don't
right?
work at Goldman Sachs.
I mean, firstly, it's home, but like it's just it is, and it's such like a basic thing to say the energy. But like there isn't. I don't believe this is very meta, and I can be that way. But I don't think that there are like certain words to describe certain feelings. Like it's just
inherent.
And I don't think I'm as nearly as like curmudgeonly about the city as you are.
You're not.
Like
you're not.
You've got a lot of bones to pick with the city.
Oh, I do. But I could be infectious, and then you're like, you either tell me you're insane and you're
normally just say you're insane.
Yes.
But yeah, it is like nothing else. So I mean, the energy, it's my home, like it's just home, right? Like my whole family's here. They have been for generations. It's my roots, as my mom would say. Like I'm rooted I'm rooted like a tree. You know, I personally like to party. Obviously that's toned down with age and lifestyle and family, but I like the nightlife, the bars and the restaurant, especially having been in the liquor business for 10 years, like just the energy of bar culture and food and all types of food.
Second to none.
And then like you have the beach, right? And that's like my balance, right? So like I have this like super intense energy about me and I thrive in the chaos of this island.
Yeah.
And then like I get to go to the beach and like sit in the water and like try and cool myself down, right? Like I'm a fire sign, I'm a Leo. We talked about my birthday. And the water like brings me peace. And I also grew up on the beach too. But I think I have like a very interesting relationship with New York City because I grew up in this like
you should be specific here because Rockaway is such a neat like.
I mean, we could do many episodes on the like very unique things about Rockaway from like there are a million angles to
southernmost part of New York City on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, and it's the last stop on the A train. And it's like it can be very far away from like the chaos of Manhattan. But I went, as I said earlier, like I went to junior high school in Brooklyn and then in Bensonhurst, and then I went to high school in Manhattan. So I've had like various experiences with people from all parts of the boroughs, or many different boroughs, especially like at Stye, people from all over the city go there. So I don't know. That was kind of ranting about just things
energy,
that I like.
So energy is number one, clearly, of things about the city.
People too. I mean, like all different types of like. I really love like,
every walk
community like that I've built here in from various lived experiences.
Yes.
But community, energy, and then bars and restaurants.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's 3 solid ones. So, New York City mayoral election is in less than 90 days.
I don't know.
This doesn't
We're
even,
not going into politics.
we're not talking about
Momtown
Momtown or Cuomo or Sliwa or Adams or the field.
Because I don't. Oh, PSA. Like I live in a Bridget bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like do news feeds. I think about my family and my business, and that's it.
Yep.
If it doesn't have to do at this point with like my family or soda and grocery stores, like I'm not polluting my brain with the toxic media.
Yes.
So Harry, on the other hand,
Polluted brain.
his brain is melting very rapidly, and I keep trying to bring that to his attention because like hopefully we live another 40 plus years and like you're going to be a mutant by the end of it. So
Yes. But so you're in the mayoral race. You're in the mayoral race.
I'm not going to know how to answer this question. I'm completely uneducated. Let's talk business. You want to talk business? Like I can run rings around any business conversation, but for fun, give me your hypothetical mayoral,
You're running unapologetically. Like I am going to come in, kick ass. City council is going to do my bidding. Basically, I'm going to be dictator of New York City. What are the first 3 things? You could stick to one. What are the 3 things you'd want to change first? And it can be really, really, really minute. It can be, and mine are. And your punishments could be severe. Ideally, they are severe. What would you change? Rapidly.
I think just because it happened on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
Bikes need to be
Okay, I like it.
not eliminated, but it just needs,
this was
just
Family
needs,
Feud. That's like 4.
I just need. Well, I think it goes both ways, but like we live very close to here. We could have. The plan was to walk, but our kids were melting down with the babysitter, so in order to be here on time, we had to hop in a cab. But a bike just flew in front, like literally disobeyed the traffic like laws.
She ran around. She was
like,
getting hit by it.
And then what happens? The cab driver has to hurt this woman, God forbid, kill her, and live with that with the rest of his life when she was coming out. Anyway, I'm not saying like, I know that's a hot take, and there are probably plenty of bikers that I know and love, and I'm not saying get rid of the bikes, but like there needs to be some sort of harsh reality for all pedestrians too, probably.
Yes, right.
And I'm probably guilty of some bad pedestrian.
A lot of jaywalking?
No, I jaywalk, but I'm never going to like step out in front of a car disrespectfully and be like, hit me, bro.
What are you going to do about it? No. Okay, bikes, good answer. Again.
I just think there needs to be more respect for all vehicular and pedestrian traffic on the roads.
Yes. Totally agree. Bikes would be up there for me. You know what mine is. Guess what mine is. What is the one?
Garbage.
Littering.
Yeah, littering is brutal.
Like, I don't think there's a bigger fuck you to society than littering unabashedly.
What about when people do they still do this? But I remember this throwing it out their windows,
like in
the car,
or throwing it in the car, throwing it out the train.
I remember once
crazy.
I was like, I was being driven. I was a child because I think I was being driven to like a practice or something by a babysitter that was a close person in the family. And she had a boyfriend that like also was around because we were very close with the family in general. And the boyfriend was they must have been teenage. They were probably 18 driving me somewhere, whatever. Anyway, he opened the window and threw a glass Snapple bottle because, we could talk about Snapple too.
We could talk about Snapple.
Threw the glass Snapple bottle out the window. And I was like,
only plastic now.
I just remember being a kid in the back seat being like, you cannot do that. You should not do that. And it like shattered. Like we were driving and he just like rolled the window down, threw it out the window, and it was like
shards of glass on the highway.
It wasn't on the highway. It was like, on the stretch. Not many people are going to know about this, but the stretch of, I forget what the road's called. Is it Rockaway Beach Boulevard? That goes all the way from Rockaway
into Long Island,
into Atlantic Beach.
Yep.
Like under the L there, where it's, especially at the time, was like a lot of trash. He just
terrible.
Remember when you lived in Crown Heights and I have this vivid memory, like on Classen, you yelled at someone, threw something out their window, or dropped it on the floor and you yelled at them?
And she said, "Why don't you fucking pick it up then?" I was like, "Wow, all right, you've not only that you own this." Yeah, that would be
So what's the punishment for littering?
So I've realized it's a 4-tiered system. Okay, this is kind of insane. One,
You're kind of insane.
One, you get canceled on whatever your favorite form on social media. There just comes like the bot army and they brigade you and you get canceled or just aired out. So you become known as like a litter bug, and it's like kind of a scarlet letter.
You think people care about that? You think people who litter care that they'd like be labeled a litter bug?
But
I think they're sort of like proud of it. They're like, fuck you,
it might be
world.
An insane level of trolling that would be psychological warfare. It's going to be
look
elaborate.
Look at the craziness that goes on in this world, especially on the internet with like people who are insane and proud to be insane.
Heavy fine. Even worse. Heavy fine. Not like, here's $250.
But what if you don't know how? I would guarantee most of the people or a lot of people don't have the money to pay. What do you get if you don't pay? If you can't
jail
pay the fine? Oh, okay.
Yeah, now we're getting
that's my taxpayer money going to like support a litter bug.
It'll be litter bug jail. And maybe
no, they should have to do like civil service.
Maybe they work at the landfill.
No, they should have to do like cleanups. They should have to clean up the highways.
I like it. Okay, good. All right. You've just talked me out of like my most dark level.
It wasn't that hard to do.
Okay, fine.
It wasn't that hard of a solution.
Litter. Okay.
They should have to do community service and clean up the neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to just say overarching subway because I would be only God themselves could sort that out. Communication on the subways. How is it impossible to tell people this train's about to be stopped at 96? There's an express train coming. How can you not be bothered to tell people? Or is the communication within the system that bad that the 2-3 express train conductor can't tell the 1 train guy, or the C train conductor can't tell the A train guy, we're coming up or we're going to be held here, and that can't be conveyed? The one thing all New Yorkers want more of, besides obviously money, the 2 things, is time. So how is it so impossible to like give people a fighting chance to be somewhere soon? They want to be sooner if they want to be there sooner. So
I think that.
And half the freaking comm systems in the subway sound like complete static.
Do you think the problem is like that particular conductor not announcing it, or that conductor not even knowing
some conductors in
he or
general
she should announce it?
Okay, it's got to be, obviously it's widespread. It should be part of your job to say whatever line you're on, where the express is, or like not just there's a train in front of us, we're delayed. It's always we're a train in front of us, we're delayed, and then we're sitting here like melting away. It's got to be like get off this train right now at 66th Street because we're probably getting held up at 72nd. And if you only have to go to 79th, get the F out. You're better served that way. Or this 2-3's coming up, we're going to be held in the station, might be your best bet. Instead, it's like womp, 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 and then you're in a train for 25 minutes and like your Tinder date has now like bounced on you and is like left with someone else. That's not maybe the most extreme case, but that's a case.
You know, admittedly, I don't ride the train that much anymore, but I did put in many, many, many hours
on the A train.
Going on the A train from Rockaway to downtown Manhattan for 4 years.
So you're doing the whole Brooklyn stretch.
Yeah.
Which is some real shit.
I was like 14, whatever. How old are you when you start high school? 13, 14. My parents like, bye. Best of luck.
Take the A train all the way through.
They were like, you have a beeper. And my dad bought me a cell phone, but he was like, you can absolutely never turn this phone on unless I beep you.
Right.
And then if you cannot get to a payphone,
right,
and I've beeped you, this is the only way possible scenario where you can turn this phone on and make a phone call.
I think.
Because it was probably like $1 gazillion.
I think, okay, there should be.
But did you even receive pages underground? Probably not. So like, had he paged me, like, anyway, whatever. I would go to sleep on the train in both ways, actually.
That brave. That's
also.
Brave. Also,
I'm getting in the weeds here. I don't know if anyone cares about this, but like, if you fall asleep, I know my Rockaway people care about this, that are going to Rockaway Park stop.
Yeah.
If you fall asleep on the Mott Avenue Rockaway train,
you're in Far Rock.
You're in Far Rock, which is far from Rock Park. There's a lot of different neighborhoods in Rockaway.
Far Rock,
and it's just
is real.
Yeah, it's a different neighborhood, and it's also just not close.
No.
So you have to, if you fall asleep and you wind up at Mott Avenue, you got to take the train back towards the city, get back to Broad Channel, switch to the shuttle.
It's wild.
Anyway, I've lived a life on the train.
Yes.
I don't really remember, like, I always remember the sound system not like making any coherent sense, but I never remember being like, I guess because I didn't really have to transfer or anything. It was just like, I was on the A train. I wasn't like strategizing on like how I could like make my trip the most efficient.
No, you had to be on that train to go where you needed to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or sometimes I chose to take the home anyway from school, take the 2 to Flatbush Junction and then take the Q35.
Yes.
Sometimes that was like faster. I don't know. It was also one block closer to school. So if I didn't want to walk the extra block to church.
One avenue closer.
To Church Avenue. Anyway,
yes.
Or Church Street, rather.
Did we have Metro cards in high school? Was there any point in high school that we had tokens? Or was it straight up bus pass? Like, remember the freaking hologram paper bus pass?
Yeah.
Did at any point we...
I had one of those, but I never used it.
Yeah. I'll have to look this up. But there used to be.
I think we always had
paper bus passes. You would show the booth troll.
Yeah.
They still have a very high paying job. I don't know. Sorry, MTA. You'd show them and then they would.
Apologizing to the MTA. I feel like you want to kill the MTA.
We'll expand. We'll expand on that. MTA would be a leading crusade for me, certainly.
Someone who wants to keep his options open for local politics probably shouldn't rant that hard on like.
You're right, or should I?
Yeah, maybe.
Chaos is.
You got to be your authentic self, I think, because like people love you or hate you, right?
You just got to command attention.
Stop.
It's all about eyeballs and ears.
Yeah,
that's the new currency
in this noisy ass world we live in.
Correct.
These days,
the Facebooks, the Metas of the world, the X's of the world, the TikToks of the world have realized
I've never been
the most valuable resources that's ever been mined or is being mined currently, seemingly,
is attention.
I'm not. I wish I came up with this idea. I would be a TEDx talker, but no. It makes total sense to me. It is all about
the TEDx talk on your like bucket list.
That stuff is dead. People don't want to hear from nerds and like experts anymore.
So why are we doing a podcast?
Because this is...
I know why we're doing a podcast. We're doing it for fun.
We're wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about economics, Paul Krugman, formerly of the New York Times, I'm sure he's got something going on. You want to hear crazy stories? Michael Lewis, who wrote The Blind Side and Liar's Poker, I'm sure that stuff's great. If you want to hear zany New York City conversation and day-to-day stuff, parenthood in a big city, please join in, tune in.
Favorite spot? I feel like when we actually get our guests on here, we need to have like 3 to 5 questions that like we ask every guest.
Yes.
Maybe it's just one.
Yes.
But like it's got to be like what's your favorite? We love having this conversation amongst our friends in general. Like favorite slice.
Right.
Or stuff like that.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, what's the best food in New York to you?
Hands down Italian. Consistently?
Yeah.
Hands down Italian.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
There's so much.
It's also your favorite cuisine.
Yes. But so much of it is good. People even fuck with Domino's. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Italian.
Yeah.
Places you've never heard of are serving banging Italian.
Yeah.
Not just the Carbones and the like L'Artusi of the world, the places you're going to see.
Go to South Brooklyn or somewhere.
Drake at 5 years ago. I don't know.
I mean, go to Carbone for the scene, but not for the food.
South Brooklyn or many other places in Manhattan or Queens or the Bronx, Arthur Avenue. You'll do great.
Yeah.
No. Yes, that favorite slice is a good one. Most nostalgic part of New York City that like you mentioned, payphones. I think
this is something we can also put to our extremely limited audience right now.
Yes, please.
Like, what should this be called? Yes. What's our questions that you want to hear from like all of our guests, like that are very New York City, like best slice, best bar, best, bagel,
best neighborhood.
I don't know, best neighborhood, best thing to do, favorite thing about the city,
yes,
like insider info, insider tips.
Yes. I know it's tough in this day and age. It's the world is flat and cool is flat in a lot of ways. Like you go to just thinking of Copenhagen, like especially when like Brooklyn was peak Brooklyn for whatever hipster Brooklyn was. Like you go to Copenhagen, you see that scene. You have that scene. You go to Cincinnati, I'm sure you have that scene.
Yeah.
Like that core, just like this neighborhood's gonna come up because this coffee shop, this bar, and like a handful of other places, these two restaurants are gonna like be like Roberta's is to like Bushwick, whatever Williamsburg is. Like so I know that's hard, like the jungle that is New York City. I know increasingly it's hard to have things that are freaking, what's the word I'm thinking of? Mysteries to people. Everything's been exposed, or have they? So yes, we should definitely crowdsource many things.
Yeah.
Love hearing the banter.
Yeah.
But please
like
be
people
generally nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From people like not needing to like profit off it or
Correct.
like, there's
Yes.
no like pretense or like charade around it.
Yeah.
Just real talk.
Your favorite slice can be the spot around the corner that's been around for 70 years that still has the orange tables and like the red and white picnic setup. It still has, roots, whatever, root beer on the gun or out of the fountain. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do in the city?
I gotta say, some of the more, it's not my favorite thing to do, but it's something that comes to mind. I gotta say, some of the more iconic avenues, even though they're overrun by tourists, are still really beautiful to walk. Central Park West, Fifth Avenue, Park Avenue, the West Village, large swaths of Brooklyn and Queens.
Just don't go to the West Village.
Unless you want to,
just go there in the dead of winter, like on a Monday afternoon.
In 2 blocks, yeah.
It's been shocking. I know this is like talked about a lot, and New York Times or Mag, someone just
yes, New York Mag had a whole thing about these influencer types that live basically.
It's interesting because we lived in the West Village from 2017 till 2020 when we moved back to Tribeca.
It was getting there though.
It was always nice, right? Like I feel like it was tourist. You hated it because it was too touristy.
I felt like I lived in a museum. Yes.
Yeah, but like when we lived there, it was like I had just sold my business, so we were like mid-30s, early 30-somethings. Successful.
Stuff was good. Life was good.
And then there was like old guard, like in our building, it was like us, old guard, like rent controlled people.
And 30-something professionals.
30-something professionals.
Sure.
Which was this, a scene-ish vibe in itself. But oh man, this like what was it earlier this spring?
You took the walk there.
I walked from like Tribeca. It was like the first nice Saturday. In the spring, and I had to pick something up from the West Village, and I was like traumatized. I took a cab home because I couldn't walk back through the street.
So dare I say, it's like kind of a clone war out there, and I'm not saying I look dissimilar to a lot of these people. So I'm taking a shot at myself too. But there is just like a look that is pervasive in these areas that everyone's just kind of dressing, and acting, and sounds the same. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I guess we sort of did, like, I guess like culture just sort of does that too, right? Like,
yes,
the internet has just exacerbated and amplified everything.
So
but like, there was always trends and like,
flattened, yes.
We all sort of looked the same in certain periods of time, or dress, or like the majority of people.
I mean, Gen Z in New York owes their entire style to us.
I would have been the coolest.
94 to 98.
UFO parachute pants.
UFO parachute pants.
If you know, you know.
Jenko.
8th Street Lab on 8th Street.
Dirty Rat Bastard, whatever it was called.
Yellow Rat Bastard on Broadway.
I'm losing brain cells.
But those UFO I had them in every color. They were fucking expensive too. I worked.
70, 80 bills at the time?
No, I think they were like 100 in my memory. I don't know. We could probably look it up. They were like $120.
Jinkos were
in 98?
Jinkos were $60 in 94, 95, 96. Yeah.
I had them in every color. They were so cool. If I had them right now, I'd rock them so hard.
The big one is the North Face puffies and North Face shells. That was our generation. completely.
Yeah.
And Gen Z is just on our shit.
Well,
Sambas.
that's also been a thing at tail, right? I think this all goes back to this fact that we're fucking middle-aged, right? Like, this is like,
it's all
history repeats itself. I remember when like fry boots came back into style, like we were probably like 19, 20.
Couldn't tell you what fry boots
And my
are.
dad was like, I have a pair of those in the closet from the 70s, right? So
bell bottoms have come back multiple times in my
Yeah.
life. No question. Yeah, I know. Chokers came back, all this stuff. It is crazy. But yes, Gen Z, which also will be a hot topic of conversation. Their whole style is us. And they watch all of our comedies. This pop culture is peaked.
well, yeah, nothing is
There's
new
nothing new.
anymore.
Nothing will be new. It's another hot take I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We've seen the end of pop culture. That's it.
and
not the end of pop
really
culture.
Depressing.
We've seen, just I think music, TV, movies. Is
I want to know what the
completely
music scene, since I'm not like going out regularly. I really want to know what like
I got a
nightlife
text
is like.
today, call me a boomer, that Justin Bieber's new album's fire, like a throwback to like 80s, 90s, like late 80s, early 90s R&B.
Hmm.
What do you know?
I guess we should.
I feel like, is
listen to
Bieber even cool for like younger people? Like tail end cool.
I have no idea. I don't have
Did they
any
fuck with
connection
Usher?
to these people.
I know.
I want to know what life is like, because we have
do
like
too.
fun nightlife stories.
Yes.
Like,
People smoking bars.
I mean, that's whatever. That was sure, just the times, but like just the like what we did going out. And I've been seeing a lot again things on the internet that like we were like our generation was kind of known as like hard partiers, but like forget about the hard partying. It was more just like the way about like I want to know what the clubs are like. I want to know. We have friends, and like hopefully maybe some of them will come on the show that
how
like
many
were
cell
club
phones,
promoters, and you would say like a certain thing at the door when you were like 22,
Yep.
and you'd go in, and then it would be like when bottle service culture really started to emerge, and we would like we were broke 22-year-olds.
$300 for a bottle
Like,
Smirnoff.
the guys who promoted it would like get us a bunch of their friends to come to the club, and we would all like huddle around one bottle of vodka.
It was pretty.
No one would get any.
Pretty pathetic.
Or like whoever the 5 people around the table would get it.
Yes. Yes, but
Why you just pre-gamed hard.
we
but,
pre-gamed real hard, which I think is, I wonder if that's still.
But like, do people still club promote like that and then like huddle around a bottle?
Again, we have to come up with an email handle. Please tell us these things.
I know. We really need to connect.
You know,
what?
Connect with young and old.
Yeah.
And we're somewhere in between, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we pre-gamed so hard. Look, again, something I've spoken about recently with some of the old buds. I would go to some of these bars at like 12 o'clock already having had many drinks.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
Yeah, you would go out at late.
And already having drank way too much.
And stay out till the bars close.
Yes. Lights on at a bar was
4 a.m.
At 4 a.m. is.
And then you'd go get like a sandwich or something like to eat.
It's great.
And sleep till like noon.
That part of.
It's so crazy.
Not
for
to
me
knock,
think
not to
about
knock but apparently that part of New York City bar culture is kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah, that's wild.
4 a.m. is not.
Because that was fully existent in our parents' generation.
Your mom talks about after hours,
Yeah,
bars,
that's crazy.
not like some random
drugs, not drug related.
No.
Just drinking in bars till after.
A bar
hours,
would close at
which is wild.
4 a.m. and these people would go to another bar afterwards and drink till 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Why?
Not why. And apparently, according to your mom, drugs were not part of the equation, which I find shocking.
Yeah,
but
they're
I
just high on their
being
energy, frequency.
savage drinkers that did this all the time and were
I don't know.
bodies were
It's just
trained.
Just different times now.
People
are drinking less and
the
going
bars
to sleep.
at the Flatbush, as she said, the bars at the Flatbush Junction. So that's where the 2 and the 5 end. At the time, there were bars that would open at 7 a.m. and serve alcohol to people that needed a shot, or 7 before they got on the train to go to work.
Yeah.
I mean, drinking was like drinking on the job.
Yeah.
Such a big part of.
I just want to know what the kids do these days in the city.
I know. Besides vape,
Since we go to
and take Zen.
Since we go to sleep at like 9:30 now.
Besides vape and take Zen, and do ketamine. Yeah.
Like you tried Zen last week, 2 weekends ago, and almost died.
Would not. Zen is not going to be a sponsor on this podcast. For anyone that thinks Zen, even if you
It was like a bad acid trip. He had to like go and like
yes,
meditate.
if anyone
for an hour and a
who
half.
is a former nicotine user, whether it be dip or smoking, and you haven't done it in a while, Zyn is not like your way back in. Zyn's like you have a nicotine addiction or problem and you take Zyn. Not like I'm taking 6 milligrams of Zyn within 10 minutes.
It's like a friend having a bad trip. I had to go
Within 10
with
minutes.
our children and other friends at their house. And I had to tell one of the friends to be like, can you like help Harry
Yes,
out of his hole?
Yes. And I feel like I was thinking about this in hindsight. I feel like I was kind of hazed. So the night prior, I said, I'm going to do it. I'm good.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do his
I used to dip. That's cool.
Is it Zyn or Zine?
I don't know. ZYN.
Yeah, I know what it had to spell it.
What all these guys are doing. And the night
Smoke
before,
a cigarette.
I was damned either way, but Zyn was
No, I'm just saying, like, world.
Zyn was
just
like,
smoke a cigarette.
Sure.
If you I don't, why?
If you can control it, all these things.
Good for you.
No, all of it's a disaster. But Zyn, like, don't be a tough guy. I thought I had dipped, I had smoked cigars, smoked tons of cigarettes in my day. Zyn is not your way back in. Zyn is like, I am already an addict. This is what I need to get my fix. So yeah, Zyn, we're not taking sponsorship money from you.
What if they try to like throw some money at us?
Then I'll do 6 milligrams on air.
Oh.
And you guys can just watch me. You can watch someone on drugs.
Melt. No, then I'll just have to like talk to myself. We have to have another guest here so you can just like melt in that seat and I can have a conversation with somebody
I need a
else.
fan on me. It's fucking intense. I was told by a Zyn user, like 6 milligrams, that's not what you do to get back into it. But back to New York. A lot's changed. A lot stays the same.
I think that's like to wrap it up, because I think we're kind of like coming up on the hour already, but like, I think that's going to be our theme.
Yeah.
Like New York in general, but like the people of New York from like real talk, native New Yorker perspective. And stories, like a lot of stories, history, from different people and different lived experiences.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like just a no bullshit way to approach some fun about the city we really love.
Yes. The more it changes, the more it stays the same.
Yeah.
You know, I saw some PSA from 1981 or something, whatever, popped up in my Instagram feed as I'm shitting on all these social media networks. And people were like, what are your 5 things you would complain about in New York? And this is 1981, not 2025. And it was homelessness, trash, the subways, the buses, blah, blah, blah. So the complaints remain the same. You know, it's a big city, 8 million plus, right?
Harry will rant a lot.
$122 billion budget.
He's going to have hot takes. He's probably going to ruin our family's reputation. And, you know, we'll all go down with the ship. And if we have more than 5 friends listening to this.
Don't yell at me on the street. Don't yell at me on the street. I'll try to keep it pretty PG-13.
I think we have our babysitter for like another 45 minutes. So like we should go get a drink at the bar.
We should. We should.
Maybe we'll get inspired.
This is great. Maybe we can just do this just to like talk about this stuff in a candid environment.
It's like,
have we had
this is the longest conversation we've had alone? Not even because Wolf's producing this, but like
have kids, everyone. have 2.
I feel like we haven't connected like this in a while.
Have we looked at each other in the eyes for this long? So, you know what? Therapy for the birds. Zyn also for the birds. All this shit for the birds. Pay for a podcast studio at WTF Studios. Talk about whatever. We can all just do it together. And this is how parents.
And you're going to get a lot of. You have a lot of things to say. I think you're going to get a lot off your chest.
Yes, I do.
So
I, unfortunately, or fortunately, mainly unfortunately, do digest a lot of content.
Yeah. And
my brain's been a little TikTokified, even though I don't use TikTok.
Let's get it out.
We will get it out. We got to save, but you know. These guys, these Joe Rogans, Tucker Carlson's, Bill Simmons of the world, it's all like
My job is going to be to rein you in. So
yeah,
I'm reining you in
exactly.
Now. And we're going to talk more.
To dangle.
And it's going to get better.
To be
like,
continued.
give us a chance, people. We're going to get this. We're going to get it right.
Yes. Get it right. We'll listen to you.
That's
we'll also.
I cut you off. Peace.
Good night. Thank you.